welcome back. It is I, the Piper Doug of the Ducks from Dougland. And yes, they have made a liar out of me. The weather is smartening up. Now how have they made a liar out of me? I said I would never put this blade back on this tractor. Well, they didn't have the filters for the skid steer in at our local place, and I don't have the time to head to the city, so I've got to wait a couple of days to get all the filters for the skid steer. Tonight I am going to flush the screen, the sediment bowl. I'm going to pull the fuel filter, and I'm going to check my stock because I do have a lot of oddball filters kicking around, and one might fit it just to keep me going. Once I can get the skid steer up, I can do the proper clean out, but at least this way, if you can see this, I can get rid of this. Oh, and the driveway is blocked. So I'm going to do the bare essentials because I've still got bedding and feeding to do. The number 2 pen with the second cabbers, if you will look, that's Snowbank that's running along the red wall there. Yeah, that's half the height of the gate at the opening there. I can't get through that. So, we're going to get the most of it with this. Well, the old skid steer, she's really got something wrong with her. Waiting for a whole new set of filters. I might have said that already. So I cleaned the screen, cleaned the sediment bowl, I rinsed out the filter. Yeah. So put them back together, and it will not run. I bled the injectors. There's hardly any pressure to the injectors. I took the little 12-volt pump, which is at the back. You can currently see it sitting there. It's not technically a pump, it's a solenoid. So I don't know whether it's like it does this or it's just a valve, a solenoid valve. Anyway, so we have a new shop cat, baby girl. Now, there's a very high likelihood she will have 0 ears. It was, yeah. It's amazing she's still alive. She must have been born right after I did my last check, and then right before Mrs. Piper Doug did her early morning check. This one was laying there. Mum was standing over it, and baby was coated, still coated and wet, and her ears were frozen solid right almost back to her head. So we got her in the hot box. Mrs. Piper Doug came and got me straight away. That's a good sound. Got her in the hot box, cooked her for an hour, gave her about a pint of pretty good hot colostrum, put her back in the hot box, put it on low, and then came back out, gave her another, there it is there, gave her another pint of colostrum, and we also gave her 0.8 of Metacam. So she's feeling a lot better. Her ears are pretty wrecked though. Swelling hasn't begun, but we'll keep her on medications. So yeah, as you can see, there's 2 lines there for fuel, and there's no fuel coming out of them. So, oh, I know, we pedal. So yeah, I'm currently this deep in here, because as you can see, both these joysticks are absolutely blagging oil out, and it's covered everything. So at some point this thing, just like everything around here, needs a complete overhaul. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk to you all about, because since the last video, when the major storm has passed, and then you saw in the previous clips, it's absolutely turned around. We're in the middle of another winter storm warning blizzard. We had a chance of snow today. It was like 30% chance. And it's been snowing for about 3 hours now, and it has not let up. The only saving grace is it looks like the wind is backed off. Yeah. Weather guessers, if you are being federally funded, I am going to start a petition to take away your federal funding because you're absolutely useless. Absolutely. Being this wrong will get people killed. Animals will die. It's not even funny. Like, sometimes you can laugh about how wrong they get the weather. This is not funny. Not in the slightest. I haven't been able to bed or feed or anything because the animals are all huddled up. Yeah. I'm going to go have a coffee because if not, I'm just going to get more mad and make a mistake or something. Sorry, I haven't been filming very much today. Yeah, that's me. As you can see, it's been quite the day. And this has only really been since just before lunchtime. So far we've had 3 babies today. First one was the frozen baby you saw in the workshop. Second one, calved naturally, one of the favorite cows. Did really well, she's looking after the baby. Third one was another one of the Jetline cows. She went absolutely haywire. She wanted the second cow's calf. She would not lay down and have her own baby. So, we'll show you what happens. Yeah, we have done no feeding. Did a little bit of bedding to try and give the youngsters here, as you can see there, we gave them a right big bank of straw to get the babies laying down. You can see the feed rail is full again. This was cleaned out yesterday. It is full again. That was completely bedded up yesterday. Full again. So, yes, that's snow they're laying in. So that's the little Frosty baby. She is pinging around. She's been trying. I think she's had a drink off of Mummy. Mummy's doing really well. That's the Stealer. The baby has been on the ground less than half an hour. And it is strong, but it's been stressed. Mum is still acting weird. There is Ike. Ike and her baby. And they are doing good. And yes, that is snow too. But I bedded that an hour ago. You can't see the bedding? Yeah. Same as up there. The little red car, it's up there. You can't see it. Mum's down by it. So they're all pissed off, pardon my French, because as Brady will let you know, she's not been fed yet. Well, I can't feed them because I've nowhere to put it. And yes, there was straw. Now it's snow. We've had, well, somewhere between 6 and 8 inches of snow since lunchtime, and it's now 5:30. So it's going to be a long night, because I'm going to be plowing snow, and then as soon as I can, I'm going to be putting down feed, and then as soon as I can, I'm going to be putting down lots and lots of bedding. It's not terribly cold, but it's cold enough just to freeze the tips of the ears. So the sooner I can get this cleaned up, the sooner I can get feeding, the sooner I can get bedding. Like, look at this. Where's the calves? There. There is literally snowbanks everywhere. This is no joke. And yet it's supposed to be plus within 3 days. Try telling them that. Mama Flops is not happy. So, you know, it's still not really done. But yeah, if you look here, we plowed this out yesterday. And it's up to the axles in the tractor. It's beyond a joke. Well, it's after midnight. So, first thing this morning, this wee baby was found. And then Ike had her baby. Ike still has her baby. And then I'm trying to figure this one out. On the left, the big black sheep, that's the one that I pulled out of Jada. On the right, the little red one, that's the one that was born on Tuesday. So, the little red one, the reason she's back in here was after I fed them last thing, Wednesday night, Mum was up feeding and baby followed her because I was bedding up at the back of the pen with Mrs. Piper Doug, and the baby must have got scared and ran down with Mummy and the rest of them, and she ended up out through the feed rail and into the feed. So she was laying there, but she also, her tips of her ears were getting covered in ice. Jada's baby was still in here. Jada's baby drained his bottle. He is an absolute beast. So Mrs. Piper Doug and myself, we're in communication, we're in talks, negotiations on whether he's going to be a bull, because he is an absolute stunner, and he's off the Duchess line, and we don't have too many of the original Duchess left. We do have a couple of progeny, but not a lot. So, and he's like I said, he's an absolute stonker of a bull. Tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny, so get a good look at him then. So he's still in here. Mum is calling for him, but figured for a few more hours, we'll keep him in the box. It's not being heated. So they're just in there, and the reason they're actually both in there was I can't have them running around in the shop, and I don't have anywhere else to put them. The only saving grace was I remembered that I'd kept a packing box from one of our new appliances. So Ghosty's little girl, Phoenix there, I cut a hole, and for any of you that were like, oh, I need a hot box, all you need is an appliance box, honest to gosh. Hair dryer, heater, whatever. So I actually might go and try and get a few more of these for some of these. I'm hoping not more any of these cold nights. Anyway, so in between the chaos that was Wednesday, sorry for my sniffing, and yes, there is quite a puddle of diesel under there. So I've been tearing into this thing. It's an absolute mess. I've got to try and track down the seal kit to get these pistons all rebuilt, because if you look in here, that's all due to the joysticks. I've probably covered this, but this had quit. This was broke down, and I was chasing issues. Now I do think there is still a lot of trash in the tank. I think I showed you what came out of the fuel filter that's in that tub there. There's that fuel pump there. I totally stripped it and rebuilt it. And this was not happening before. So we have the pump up and running. So tomorrow, I'm not going to try and fire it up tonight because I don't want to fill this place full of smoke with these little babies in here. So that should be, because at least if I can get this running and I can get this out of here to get this out and switcheroonies, put this guy back in at the front and get him finished. Yes, the guard is still to go underneath this, but he can go back to work as he stands. I just got to strap up that hydraulic line and he can go back to work. Get the loader on, because I could really do with this guy with his bucket on, because I'm hoping to do silage again tomorrow if this thing is not ship shape. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it is late. I didn't have any downtime today at all. I've been on the go since 8:45 this morning. I'm gonna go do a walkthrough one more time, and I think I'm gonna call it quits, because I'm pretty sure tomorrow's gonna be a long day too, because we're gonna have to put all these guys back with their mums. We're gonna have to do another round of bedding because the bedding that I put out, it's already getting trampled into the snow. But the snow has stopped. The wind is still up, but tomorrow is supposed to sunshine. Let's get on to the next day. Mom. So the wind is still blowing, but I think we're through the majority of it. Wait, a Snowbank, eh? Snowbank's like, hey, hold my beer. So you remember Papa Snowbank? Well, apparently there's a junior Snowbank now. And that's the height of the gate. It goes all the way out to there. It's gonna be a lot of moisture. And yet, where I was pulling the bales to make the windbreak, you wouldn't have a clue where they were. Yeah, that's a lot of tons. Oh my gosh. You know what? Out west, I know there's a few of you out there that watch here that from Alberta and places where it's bare. There's not a flake of snow, there's not a snowbank, not a nothing. I am sorry. I am absolutely sorry. It's all here. And we don't want it. Prior to the first storm, we were probably good for snowfall. This is just insult to injury. Honest to gosh. I came out here to get ready yesterday for, actually the day before, to get ready for doing silage, so I blew a whole new bank of straw in there for making the diets up. I don't know where it is now. It's in there somewhere. So, yeah. This is gonna be a spring. That's for sure. So yeah, here is the crew, cabbed mamas. Here's Bowie, absolute legend. Oh, here we got a little creature. So none of these cows are like. Here's Ike. Hello, Mimi. Hi, Mimi. Here's Ike. So there's Ike's Tina. This is one of the latest ones. This is the one that I had to pull. He's just a bit floppy. Big boy though. Just gotta keep an eye on him. He's when he's sleeping, you'd literally think he was dead. Hey mums. So yeah, most of them are fairly good. Here's Jada. That's her boy there. I had to pull him because Jada had a moment of weakness. It's okay. He's right behind her. Where Jada tried to steal Ike's baby. I think it was. Yes, it was Ike's baby during the storm. Jada's over it now. She's good. She had a bigger calf. So yeah, number 13 over there. So yeah, Friday, number 13. Yeah, I never even noticed that. We got one percolating over here, and we got a couple still percolating. So we could have a bunch, and we might not have any. I don't know if they're quite ready for zoom zooms yet. See, there's 12 in here right now. One redhead. Whew. Get on. Hey, Squirty. He's Racer. Squeakers. Squeakers. It's Squirty's daughter. Clone, more like. So how's your day going? Well, it's not bad. Thanks for asking. So, last night, me and Mrs. Piper dug first newborn out of the first timer's pen. Ed Gosling's gonna love this one. Just wait till I show you. So, how's today going? Well, let's see if I can do this without messing my phone up. That little wonder of miracles of science was born first thing this morning. Kind of coffee time, so 10 o'clock, whatever. That's Monty. Monty's a twin. Beautiful little calf. Look at it, just the motoring. That's a great day. What's going on there? Well, that is Monty's sister, twin sister, Ty, licking her red calf. Big calf, beautiful calf. She literally sneezed that sucker out. So yeah, there's 2 on the ground this morning. Oh, but wait. Let's go for a little walk. Hi, April. Sorry, zoomed. What do we have over here? Our second first timer has calved. Bugs had her baby all by herself. So we've had 3 this morning, and it's just lunchtime. Yeah, busy. And we have 1 percolating in this pen, so today's gonna be a busy day. Ghosty and her baby are back out into Gen Pop because they seem to be good now. We were just a little paranoid. I know, Squeaks. We've got 1 over here that was born yesterday morning to come through. Then these 2 can stay in here. Hey Monty, you better not be having a second one there, cheesy. Nope, no sir. Okay, I'll bring you back in a sec. We're in the second timer's pen, and she is fit to explode. But she'll probably not be first. That's kind of how it goes around here. So, Ed Gosling, what do you notice? We got another chrome one. Absolute wee stunner. Harley. Harley was the first one. She beat Bugs. I was not watching Harley at all. But went out, she had a bag out. Hey Squishers, we're waiting for you to get going. And there's Bugs. A little black cab with chrome on it. So that's what we're aiming for out of the rest of them, is blacks, and well, there's a red one there. Okay, so here's the clicker. That is the one there just calved. That's her first calf. So beautiful red calf, right? If I could zoom you right over into the replacement heifer's pen, there's a red calf in there called Boo, I think it's called. Red. That's her second calf. She's her third calf, red. So she's a red thrower. There you go, Ed. How's that for you? got another little heifer, little Hereford heifer. Isn't that right, wee one? So we've got Astrid and the replacement heifers. Looks not unlike this one, like real freaking close. But yeah, talk about picture perfect. She's doing really well. And the ironic thing was, she was grinding her hooch right there. Got her into this pen, left her alone. She was up and down, round and round and roundabout. And then finally she laid down and she popped that out in less than 3 minutes. Less than 3 minutes. Not right, Harley? And the second she got up, she said, "Mum." You know that sound, ranchers, that you want to hear the cow say? "Mum, mum." First noise out of her. Wasn't the, you know, you get the, no. So I'm gonna do some gate work here and bring Bugs and her baby up into the #1 spot and try and bypass Harley and her baby. I'll leave them in the #2 spot, that way they can go back out, hopefully by the end of the day. I don't want to put them back out too quick. They are matched, but no, I've got to put a bail in, and I don't want the baby out here once these ones are all acting like goofballs. But the nice thing is they're leaving the baby alone for the most part. So yeah, we are two pens active now. Just waiting for the third one to pop, and then it'll be all go. Because there is 3 in this pen that are right fit to explode. We got Sparkles and we got Bud Light over here somewhere. She is fit to pop, so we'll bring you back. Okay, before I forget, and I've got that blade off, and before I put the spikes on, here's what I did. So, you can see there was a crack here. I had a hard time, I can't see through the lens, it's so sunny. So yeah, it was broken here. So welded that back on, and then I got a piece of 2 3/8 oil field pipe, and I cut this length, and then I halved it down the middle, and then I halved that half into quarters. So, because the half wouldn't fit in here properly, but all I needed was to get from there past the crack and back to good, somewhat solid pipe. That's not exactly really heavy, but it'll do for now. So yeah, bridged the brake, it's welded inside, and then welded this on. And I did it here because gosh knows it's going to do it again. The other part to this is, there was always slop in this, because whoever made this up did not set the distance from the pin, the cradle, to where the pins would rest on the attachment. So once you got it into here, it actually wouldn't sit down in the cradle, it would be sort of moving back and forth, and that's what broke these. So having extra metal in here has actually helped take the slop out, so that's better. But like I said in previous videos, I don't want that on this tractor any more than I can. So the whole plan is, I'm going to get a couple of skid steer blanks from Cancade and Brandon, and I'm going to get a couple of Euro hitches. So I'm putting a Euro hitch on this so I can put this on the big orange tractor, because I realized that the skid steer would never push this. Not on ice, not on snow. That skid steer would just spin out. Tractor's the best bet. And then I want to put a Euro hitch on that John Deere. So everything, including the bale spikes sitting over there, for the orange tractor will go on this. Because that bucket and grapple there is garbage. It never worked. I don't know if it was it or the tractor, but the cutting edge in the bucket is wrecked. It's a single ram grab, so it's no use whatsoever. So, okay, get the spike on, get going. Hanging out with my lady, my stumpers. And baby number 5 on the day, safely on the ground. Newfie. Snoopy's one of the older cows. She's not an old cow, she's a senior cow. I think she is 6 calves now, Snoopy's had. So yeah, she's a pro at this. She had a while with the bag, getting the baby just right, and then she just laid down. By the time I was in my boots and coming out the door, she was done. Yeah. And that noise you can hear over there, that is Sparkles and her new baby. Loving her baby. So yeah, just hanging out with my girl. Hi, darling. Literally, she's a couch. A couch with legs. A beautiful couch. Yeah. Nice. Hi, Penelope. Oh, well, let this weather continue. Yes, I know. You don't really want schlop at this time of the year, but bugger off. After what we've just gone through as far as snow and temperatures and wind, we're due a break. So, give you all the update. Stumpers, mama flops. Like I said, we have girls that have ear issues, we keep them. That is the longest fart I've never heard. Anyway, so, hey Joker. You're a grandma now, by the way. So where are we at? So in the last day and a half, we have had 8 calves born. The last one born so far is out of one of our mini moos. Mama Flops is one of the mini moos. There's a whole crew of them. So this is one of the, this is Mama Flops, well, she's not a twin, but she's a twin. So, big, beautiful red heifer calf. She always has big. These are our little cows that have big calves. Like I said, if we could do that, have a whole bunch of little ones that have big. Oh, don't eat the net wrap, sweetie. Don't do that. Don't do that. Can I grab it from you? No. Yeah. Squirrel. There's Ruby. So yeah, these little ones that have great big, and they do really well. They calve by themselves, and they look after them really well too. So here's another one. Oh. So she was after midnight last night. I think I showed you that one. So we could actually probably move that one through already, but I need to catch my breath. The boss lady was away last night, away at a comedian in the big city. So we've just been catching up on, I hear you, little baba. We've just been getting caught up on tagging and moving, because what has now started happening, as you can see, this little mama making her way across the pen. So that's Sparkles from that pen. So 3-year-olds, once they calve, come to the gen pop. I know, Siggers, you were one of those last year. Yeah. Just siggamagoos. There's the girl. Hey, girl. So yeah. So we've got, oh, what are we at? 2, 4, 18 in here. So tomorrow we will be finishing bedding this whole pen. That way it's full coverage. And at that point, once we get to about 30, I think is as high as we want to go in this. Once we get to 30, what we do is we split this pen from this barrier across to either the water trough or just to that barrier somewhere, and we give these this and that, and that way it just gives them a lot more room, and it gives me a lot more room to come in with a tractor and processor to put bales and feeding, bedding and feeding down, and I don't end up getting worried that I'm going to run over somebody. That will look good. Anyway, I've been blabbering on way too long. It's almost 5 minutes. Okay, I'll get back to pushing some snow and then get these guys their new bale. I love BCP making fun of Piper Doug feeding late at night. I don't feed that late at night. It's only 10 to 1 a.m. That's not late. It's practically middle of the day somewhere else. Yeah. Okay, now there you go. Here's Blackbird. And here's her new wee boy. Oh, it's shining right in his face. Sorry, wee man. So there's number 23 born. He's a handsome wee fella. Big fella, actually. Considering this is Mum's third baby, she makes cracking calves. So yeah, he was born yesterday, so that was Sunday, I think. Yeah, she did all by herself. Oh, any hands. Crack-a-lackin' pair on them too. So yeah, 3 yesterday. So yeah, 5 the day before, 3 yesterday. So we're getting through her. No first timers today, no second timers today. So that's okay. There's a reason why the cows just got fed. They did get fed earlier yesterday, because it's now the next day. This is Monday morning. They did get a bale earlier, but waiting for the boss lady to come back from her trip to the big city, because she likes to help with doing the tagging, and I needed a hand because we needed to transition Sparkles over to the big girl's pen, and it's really hard to do that by yourself. So we were doing that, and plus we were also FaceTiming. Me and my 2 brothers are FaceTiming my dad. Hi Dad. Which is a really good catch up, just to see how things are going back over in the old country, what everybody's up to, everybody's doing, and to show them an update on the farm. Yeah, they were kind of shocked to find out that we'd had 8 calves at that point born in a day and a half, which we've had worse, or should I say better, because it's not terrible. I think the biggest we ever had it was literally 2 days, because it was 1 day calves born, and then the next day we had all those to process, and then some more calves born. It was either 13 or 14 that we had to run through in 1 day. That was a big one. So yeah, 8 in about a 32 hour period. That's plenty good for us. Hey Joker. So yeah, so I'm gonna do my last little sweep around. I'll bring you back tomorrow, because the one thing I realized, the noise showed up while I was putting out the feed, and this all goes back to one of the jobs we had just previously done on the bale processor. One of the center bearings on the big main shaft went out. She was rattling pretty hard, so I took the RPMs down a bit. Stop pushing it back out, you clowns. So I'm fairly sure there's a piece laying here somewhere, because one of the bits of the outer race it came off. So anyway, bring it back tomorrow. We'll be tearing into the build process. Okay, I know this video is probably dragging on way long. It's Monday afternoon. Just goes to show you, you guys have all seen me grease this machine, and there you go. You'll still lose bearings. So we are currently at 24th cow calving. 23rd cow calved this morning. Baby was not viable. It is now deceased and gone. So waiting for the 24th one to calve and then get at it. But I gotta get this off and get to town, get the comparable bearing, because they can't cross-reference the number for me. So okay, let's keep going. Here's our little problem. You feed them, this is not the problem. When you feed them, we do the back end check. But as you can see, here's our problem. We end up with this bank. Not much we can do about it, except whenever it's mild enough, we come in here and hammer at it with the skid steer. Only problem is we don't have a skid steer right now. So, hoping in the next day or two that either the orange tractor will be out and working, or the skid steer will be somewhat working, so we'll get something done. Oh, I see we have an escapee again. Okay. So yeah, it is Tuesday morning. I don't know, I think it's 1:30 or something. Shutting her down. Yeah, sad. A little lifeless body in there, but as I've been told ever since we got into cows in Canada, the saying is, you got livestock, yada yada yada. So yeah. So we can always just hope that maybe we'll have twins very shortly, because the cow that lost that, she would actually take a new calf with a bit of cajoling, but she would. Big beautiful Bronco bull calf too, dang it. So this thing's ready to go. So in the next video, I'm pretty darn sure you're going to see the loader on this, because one way or another, this thing's getting dragged out of here. Update on this. Filters all came in. So went soup to nuts. Outer air, inner air. Because the inner one is not blue anymore, it's like black. So it's whatever was in it when we got it, so it needs done. There's a hydraulic cartridge under the cab. This is the main hydraulic filter, which is massive considering, but then again, it's a lot of hydraulic flow. Engine oil and fuel, which is the one I've been waiting on, because I need to do the fuel right now. The other lubricants I can do at a later stage. That doesn't look like $520, does it? But it is. So where are we at? Well, the main gist of the problem is these are very prone to getting garbage in the fuel tanks. I don't know how. I don't know how it happens, because it's got a really good seal on it. There is a drain, and I'm going to see if I can show y'all. Under there, there's an access. There's two accesses, because the fuel tank is under there. So you have to take this off and this off to get to the fuel tank, but the tank also goes under here. So it's a weird shape. Apparently, if you need to take the fuel tank out, you're in a lot of trouble, because you need to be knocking some of the hydraulic stuff out of the way to get it out. So apparently that's a huge issue. Yeah, so if I can rinse it out without having to take it out, but it's very messy under there, because as I've said in previous videos, these joysticks need rebuilt. So I'm currently looking for seal kits for Takeuchi, or at least contacts, so that I can buy them from the company in Winnipeg and they can mail them to me. Either that or I'm going to have to go and talk to one of the hydraulics places in Brandon and see if they can get it from an outside supplier. Anyway, so the immediate problem is I need this out of here. And there's issues with this fuel pump, which is the booster pump from the tank up to the injection pump. So, outside of the fuel tank being out of commission technically for the moment, we've got an outside fuel tank. So, I've got a piece of short hose to replace the one coming from the tank into that. So I've got to prime that. That pump was jammed. I might have talked about this before. That pump was jammed up. So I rebuilt it. I put it back together. I thought it was a priming pump, but it's not. There's a technical term for it. But I'm going to prime it this time and see if I can get this thing to run. Meanwhile, Mrs. Piper Doug is going to one of her council meetings tomorrow, and I've ordered just a standard 12 volt inline pump, 25 gallon per hour pump, new for this. Just something that it'll go in there and it will be enough to create volume. That way I can get this thing running at least. So that's where that's at. Oh. Because I need this out of here, because this is causing me lots of problems, because I need that out here. Anyway, so thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a week. You will see in this video, it has been a week. Piper Doug is tired. We are 24, as I said, 23 healthy babies on the ground. 2 first-timers have calved and are absolutely stunning mothers. A 3-year-old first-timer, technically a second calver, but she's a first calver. Oh, look at the fog. So yeah, there's one come across the road. So yeah, we're at 24, 23 live on the ground and 1 calving right now. I'm about to go and check. So you might see before the end of the video if we have 25. Like I said, thanks for watching, everybody. Tatty bye from the Shire. Well, went away and gave her 20 minutes. There we go. Baby number 25. Nice. Good mama. Mm-hmm. Nice.